You are listening to Let's Go JoJo, the weekly JoJo's bizarre adventure podcast from Dynamite in the Brain and Secret of the Sailor Madness. On today's show, we have Anthony Askew.
Hello.
Dwayne Maloney.
Hello!
Niall Flanagan.
Yo!
And me, Brian Smith. This week's episode, The Sun!
Didn't expect that.
But first, the week in JoJo's news. The best bit of JoJo's news is that former Megadeth guitarist Marty Friedman is supervising a Teach Yourself English JoJo's Bizarre Adventure book. Or Teach Yourself English via JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
So is it teaching the English in JoJo's as to learn English, is it? Or I don't quite understand.
So it's a English study guide for people learning English in Japan using the medium of JoJo's. So it's translating things that JoJo's characters say into English.
Okay, because you're so familiar with how magnificent it is, yeah.
Yeah. It's not just going to teach you how to say, "Oh my god!"
Oh, oh.
I'm sure it may teach you that as well. But
Yeah, that's very
I
important.
think you can pick that up anyway from watching the show.
Yeah. Now, when asked, you too can say something cool, just like Avdol.
Good stuff.
But yeah, that is probably both the best JoJo's news and the most JoJo's news you can, we're probably ever going to get.
Ever.
Other news. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure All-Star Battle. The advertising on the Yamanote line won the Transit Advertising Awards 2014 Planning Division Excellence Award.
And what's that?
Incredible.
It was,
I know
basically,
most of those words, but I don't know what they mean.
it was an award for train livery advertising the JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
So the
All-Star
train
Battle.
advertising the game is the best train advertising.
Yeah. Or the
Of
planning,
all time.
the planning of it was
The
excellent.
planning of the train for the advertising of the show.
Well, you gotta give credit to all the people who put work into it as well, not just the actual finished product. You know?
I mean,
It
like, I
turned
haven't
out
seen
crap, but the plan was great.
Let me see if
the
I
idea
can
of a JoJo train sounds pretty great, so I'm all for that.
I did see the images of it. They were pretty good. They did the doors with the characters, but inside, when you're in like a tube train, you get those banners, those banner advertisements.
Oh, yes.
They were done in white and made to look like the train had been attacked by various attacks from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Ah, that's pretty cool.
All right. You better share the link.
I'll see if I can find the link and I'll put it in the post.
Is there a stand that's a train that would totally tie in? I'm trying to think of any.
There was one was the Star Platinum fists all pounded into the side of the train.
Oh, that sounds awesome.
Another one was the steel ball smashed into the side of the train.
Ah, nice.
I think there were some others as well. In October, this is available on Amazon already, there is a Chico Lata statue coming out, which is a character from Part 5. I think we may have mentioned it already, but there's a action figure of the Super Moving Image, that may just be the translation, it may have a different name actually in English, line of Jolene in September. And then at Wonderfest, there was a bunch of other stuff with to be arranged on its release dates. So in the statues, you're getting Daniel J. Darby, Endor and his stand, Pet Shop and his stand.
All right.
Spoilers, Brian.
He's just naming bands and
I
saying they
know.
have stands.
It could be any of the Beatles, I understand.
And a Magician's Red statue, all on his own.
Nice.
Oh.
And in the action figures, there is also coming Kiss,
Right.
which I think is a stand from Part 6, is it?
The sixth part was maybe part 4, I forget.
And Naso Anasui, who is from Part 6. And there's also a super figure moving big, in parentheses, Star Platinum coming out as well. So I assume that's an extra big.
How big we talking now? 30 inches tall? Or...
I don't know. It was on a
Human
blog
size.
post of people taking photos of stuff they saw at Wonderfest. So.
Okay.
And also at Wonderfest there was prototypes for Super Strap Collection.
That sounds bad.
which was, I assume, mobile phone straps of various JoJo's trinkets and baubles.
That's what I thought it was going to be. What did you think it was going to be?
Your profile photo there is kind of making you think other things, Anthony. So
It's a picture of me holding a mobile phone with a phone strap. That's what it is.
yeah,
Okay.
And it looks like they will be, as I bring this image up, you've got stone masks, you've got the Stone of Aja,
I didn't see a Dio one.
and you've got Dio's head in a jar.
nice.
That comes up with just Super Strap Collection in Google Images.
Isn't the obvious one
Is that
like?
the brand, or?
What's the obvious one?
Yeah,
The
come on,
friggin'
Blake.
sorry, Joseph's the weird steel balls he
Well,
used.
the clackers. Yeah.
Clackers, yeah.
Yeah, not all of them are quite in shot, so there may be some other stuff as well.
Okay, maybe they just don't want people swinging around those things.
Oh, there's also
on their mobile.
Zappelli punching a frog is one of them.
Well, that's even better.
just his fist punching down on the frog with the sound effect sound.
Oh, you can actually...
Oh, so it is,
still
yeah. I can see it.
I've Googled that, and you can get a frog plushie that makes the sound effect if you punch it. Wow.
Oh man.
Oh, it's too much to buy. Not enough money in the world. Let's do it. I'm sure there is in the world, but not in my disposable income.
The last bit of JoJo's news I've got is that the Volume 1 of the Blu-ray and DVD came out in Japan last week, and you got 4 episodes. If you watch it on Blu-ray, it's going to cost you the equivalent of £55 plus tax.
For 4 episodes?
Yes, but you do get a JoJo Radio, a limited edition CD, which apparently was a web radio program during the previous series, which was hosted by the guy who played Speedwagon, and episode 1 storyboards.
That's a lot of money, I'm afraid.
It is.
It's a lot.
Extortionate Japanese prices. But yes, JoJo Radio though, completely passed me by, and that is a pretty good pun, because it's JoJo in capital letters, then RA in lowercase, and then Dio in capital letters.
Didn't even see that part of it. Goodness.
Typography pun. Nice.
Any other news, chaps?
It was put out there in the news that we were spot on with our estimates, and to be taking a break with the Star Crusaders at episode 24, which by my count should get us to the last of the tarot card stands, and then they're in Egypt.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I wish we'd been wrong. I wish we'd been
I don't know,
incorrect.
we'll be taking a break as well, so that's fine.
Yeah. Well, the news was wrong initially. Like, it was, for whatever reason, it was put out that it was going to, like, take a break after this week's episode, which I thought we had a bizarre place to
Oh,
put
that'd
it.
be awful. That'd be a terrible spot.
Yeah. Also, especially considering the next episode preview we got at the end of this episode. So I thought, well, leaving you hanging there for about weeks.
Oh, I'm pretty sure they're going to give you a preview of the last episode of this.
Oh, they definitely are.
In fact, I half suspect they'll start the next arc post-credits on the last episode.
Oh, post-credits. Oh, okay.
That makes sense.
What else happened? Oh, I got a chance to play All-Star Battle at the weekend. I could mention there.
Hey.
Yeah, it's alright. There's no kind of echoing everybody else's sentiments right here. It's not the deepest fighting game out there. It's kind of fun, but it's not something I'd drop like a lot of money on either.
Okay.
It's maybe because I'm just playing and I don't know the ins and outs of the whole game, but it seemed to be a bit repetitive, because no matter what button input I put in there, when I combo it was always ended in the same way with one of those flashy moves, which is just like, they don't seem to take up any like any kind of skill to pull off. You just like press the button at the end of like if he hits a combo and it just happens, which was pretty cool to watch. But the first couple of times, and then it's happening every time.
If it was more seamless into the game, they would work probably really well, but it's because it's really like, right, you're about to get a special move right now. You're gonna like it. And it's OTT. But that's part of the beauty, I suppose.
Yeah, I'm saying it's got to make it kind of accessible for everybody, because there's a lot of JoJo fans out there and they may want to get their hands on this, have a go with it. I played as Kakyoin initially, and I probably should have maybe stuck to the long range stuff because he's got long range stand powers, and I was kind of getting my arse trounced because I kept going by. This is a fighting game, so I got to go some punching, but it wasn't quite working out for me.
Did you play the demo or the full game?
No, I was at like a convention there at the weekend, and it was on the games room. I thought, well, I'm here, and they're bound to have the All-Star Battle here, so I'll pop in, and sure enough they did. I played a few rounds of it. I played as like Jonathan from Phantom Blood as well, and he was kind of the most traditional kind of fighting game kind of style you can get, because it's just like, cross up forward and punch, and it'll probably do a come on overdrive or something like that.
Nice.
Yeah, he was putting out the sword of luck and pluck as well. It's pretty good.
Anybody else got any news?
I got one small bit of news. Right. If you go to the YouTube and you type in Slam Proud Barclay's Bizarre Adventure, you'll get a JoJo and Space Jam mix. That is wonderful. Although that song seems to be like the Guile theme. It goes with everything.
Yeah, I did suggest at one point that anime convention just ought to play, a disco should just play Slam Jam mashups.
You have a full set, easy.
Yeah, easy peasy.
Oh, more than two evenings worth.
Well, if you want to just get the cream of the crop, you'd have definitely a full set. It'd be great.
Or just run a convention which is an anime/Space Jam convention.
Oh man, that would be wonderful. Every cosplayer has to have a basketball.
Kurikano basketball's popular, so...
Oh yeah, that's too obvious. That's too clean cut to work.
Yeah, someone must have mashed those two together.
That just goes without saying, yeah.
Righty-ho. That is JoJo's news for this week. So now on to this week's episode, The Sun.
Okay. Here I go, I guess. I'm going to snapshot this. The lads have made safely, safely enough, not really, to the United Arab Emirates, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is?
Yeah. And so let's see about now crossing the desert, the hot desert that lies before them. So Joseph spends some more Speedwagon Foundation money on buying a fancy car to take him to town, to a certain village on the border of the desert. And the lads are all wondering, why are you getting this fancy car for? We could have gotten a cheaper one, but whatever. And so they drive out there, and Joseph reveals his master plan is because out that way that they kind of trade more like kind of bartering items rather than cash or checks. He bought the fancy car to trade for a camel train and a supply of water to get across the desert. And so after a brief demonstration, if you want to call it that, of how to mount a camel, the guys set off across the desert, and they're trekking along on their camels, and they're kind of Kakyoin is kind of wondering, as he has been for a little while in the episode, that it feels like we're being watched, but there's nobody around here. It's just a weird feeling I'm having. The rest of them are kind of going, man, what a hot day, I've been going all day. Until Joseph says, well, that's pretty funny, because it's 8 o'clock at night and the sun is still like so high in the sky. It's also 70 degrees out, which is completely bizarre. And then the cop, wait, that sun isn't like going up or down. If actually it's coming closer towards us. So, and they're like, oh nuts, that's a stand right there. So they gotta take cover. Especially when this fake sun starts firing lasers at them. So they take shelter under a rock, trying to figure out what to do. They're going to be boiled alive. It feels like there's no hope left for the guys. And then Kakyoin just starts laughing like a maniac, joined then by Joestar and Polnareff. And Joseph is freaking out. He's like, oh no, the heat's gotten to them. We've got insane. But in reality, they're just laughing at the fact that they noticed that out in the desert there was like a rock, and then across from it was another rock. And it's revealed that the statue was hiding behind a mirror all the time. And they defeat him in one blow, and it turns back to night. And the lads, completely unfazed by it, Joseph is baffled. He's a bit disappointed, actually, that fights over so quickly. And so this seemingly fearsome enemies is defeated quite handily, and they continue on their adventure.
Yeah.
This is a great episode, particularly the first half.
Yeah. I mean, most of the episode is them faffing around, and them faffing around is always pretty great.
This is the closest Joseph has been to being Abe Simpson so far in the series.
That's true.
And the reason I think it works so well is because he's firmly the point of view character throughout the episode. So the fact that it's all over so easily almost makes him like a viewer surrogate in that effect.
Like they won already? Oh man, it wasn't much of a fight.
No, we don't even know this guy's name.
Poor guy.
Well, we, the viewer, do. Is Arabia Fats.
I assume he must be another one of these ones where they give him a name later.
I think it's so. Like apparently it's supposed to be taking a name from Fats Domino.
I thought Fats Waller, but alright.
But he's a fat guy, we're in Arabia, so he's Arabia Fats. Makes total sense.
I was curious, was the original set in the United Arab Emirates, or has that been changed based off change in the area?
I'm not sure.
I was just curious. Like, I thought it might be the same area, but they might have just updated the name.
When was that found?
I'm sure that kind of gathering of names.
They always arrive in. It was Abu Dhabi they arrived in before, so yeah.
Right, okay.
Which is in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it makes sense.
Yeah.
Like.
Yes, it's all very historically accurate. So everything has the names it had at the time this was happening.
Excellent.
Hear about the city being built up, and it didn't used to be this nice of it. You know, it's you learn a lot. And one thing I did learn that I didn't know was that camels walk with the same side leg at the same time. So the front and back left leg will move, and then the right front and back. I thought unlike a horse, which is explained. I was like, oh, I didn't know that. Did you know that?
Yes.
No, you didn't.
I do now.
See, that is a genuine unknown. I bet you could test people on that, and not a lot of people would know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't trust your information on how to mount a camel, though, because
why did you trust anything?
It works.
He says?
She lost Arabia like 3 times.
I don't know.
She lost Arabia like 3 times. I know precisely how to mount a camel, even though I slept through 2 of them.
He was so confident, and he's so like, yeah, I know, I'm all about the world, and I know about camels and shit. What's this? Shit, I know nothing.
He acts like he knows, though.
Yeah, exactly. He acts so freaking knowing, and he acts like such a, like, especially when Pontiff is trying to hit on some woman in the lobby of the place again, and he's just smacking him in the hair, messing up his hairdo. And it's like, I know all about this. I've got this king covered. He comes off as the biggest fool in the entire episode. Oh, it's so great.
I could even say, like, no, like, while the younger men are kind of like freaking out and losing it, he's like thinking, come on, this is like time for an old timer like me to come through and shine. Think, Joestar, think. I can't even use my best technique, he even says. Who's gotta think.
When Kakian starts laughing, you're kind of like, oh my god, he's lost it, because he has a very odd laugh.
I thought he'd been possessed again.
Yeah.
I thought, the stand uses, it's him. Kakian's back in Abu Dhabi somewhere, tied up in the boot of that car. I don't know.
We all know he'd be locked in the toilet. You know, this is the running theme.
That's true.
Yeah. I was wondering as well. I thought, oh, maybe that the heat is doing something to their brains and has set off some kind of reaction, and this is like a sign that
a big dream
stroke or something. Yeah,
that's close there or something like that. But no, just laughing at the ridiculous like simplicity of how to get out of this peril. But why did they all be so creepy, so incredibly creepy when they're laughing?
Yeah, like Kakuin appears to have lost his mind. Jotaro he has the most evil laugh.
Just the fact that Jotaro was laughing in the first place
it's terrifying.
Is wrong in itself.
I honestly think Potteriff didn't know what was happening. I think he was just laughing because the other 2 guys were laughing and he didn't want to be left out.
If they picked him on that would have been
Potteriff, okay, you explain what's happening. I know what's happening, but I'd like you to explain what's happening, just to see if you know.
Do you know what's happening? As long as there are no further questions, yes. Yes, I do.
Like, I think the only comment he made before it was revealed was like, oh, it's so obvious. And it was like, what's obvious? It was something along those lines. I can't quite remember, but, yeah, that was creepy. I was like, oh no, everybody's lost it. But it turns out, no, just our point of view character is a moron.
Well, I was on his side. I didn't know what was going on.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's great. Oh, Jonathan.
Joseph.
I'm reminiscing, man. I'm reminiscing of the past. Yeah, Joseph.
So, was that... They say he was tailing them from behind, but how?
In the fastest mirror.
No, it's a mirror car. It's got wheels on it.
Oh yeah, I see now. I'm looking at the picture of it. Yeah, it's a tiny, tiny little thing.
Yeah.
It's like a little go-kart with a big mirror like stuck in the front of it. And he's
I see a strange reflection of,
of themselves.
Yeah.
why are us looking back?
It must have been like angled some way that it would reflect the distant horizon rather than what's in front of her.
It's probably like angled at a 45-degree angle from the direction it's driving. So it's reflecting what's immediately to the left or right of it, whichever way it's angled.
Maybe, I don't know.
Let's not think too hard about it. I don't think Iraqi did.
Yeah. Well, do you remember that trick? Because there is episode coming up. It's a while away now, where I think he uses the same trick with a mirror to do a disappearing after somebody.
So instead of this being based off a horror movie, this is based off some sort of like stage wizardry, is it?
Yeah.
They make the tiger disappear. It's like, whew, just reflecting the rest of the stage back at itself or something.
Maybe like Iraqi could see into the future and he like had an astral projection or some kind of psychic vision of the film Sunshine. I can make an episode out of that.
Oh dear.
I did like the expressions on the camels' faces. They were particularly when
At which point?
Particularly the point when Joseph is trying to climb onto the one.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
With its closed eyes, looking up, just ignoring him as he's sort of hanging off its neck.
Right, I think it's pointed out, right? All these guys are, well, they're nearly 2 meters tall each, right? Or there's something ridiculous like, how big are those fucking camels?
I thought they did look large, but I thought, you know what? That's probably how big they are. But now when you put it like that,
you'd be as big as a house.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Those poor camels, actually, it's unfair that they get caught.
I think only 2 of them got killed.
Yeah, 2 survived.
Yeah.
What, did they run off? Or?
No, because at the end, they've paired up on them as they're heading through the desert.
You're right. I thought that one of them was going to drive in that little car.
None of them could fit in that little car.
I would have taken the little car. It's got an air conditioner on it. Come on.
It'd be like a skateboard to them.
But then hop in and drive all the way to Egypt, and it's like, Dio will never see us coming in this, baby.
Why am I following myself?
Well, Dio's a vampire, he doesn't appear in a mirror, so it's like,
right.
you wonder what's going on.
They should catch them. Oh, they could have used that car to win. Damn it. If only they weren't so huge.
Wait, what's so stupid?
Dear.
And so easily frustrated. I was a big fan of like Joseph's frustrated swearing.
That's true, actually, and he swore twice in this one, didn't he?
Oh shit!
So much conviction.
Son of a bitch!
Oh, beautiful.
Oh.
Fantastic.
Unless Jotaro starts fighting soon, I think Joseph's my favourite character. Because he's so lovable.
Yeah, he's pretty great.
He is.
But they're dangerously close to getting into a plane with him again.
Yeah, I did like that conversation in the car. It's like, okay, we'll drive this car to the thing, trade it for camels, then take the camels to the place where I can buy a plane, and I'll fly the plane. Jotaro was not too pleased with that. His grumpy face when he said, like, yeah, you're just going to crash it.
Oh, what was that noise?
I don't know.
I'm not entirely sure.
Something exploded.
Yeah.
plane crashing.
Yeah.
In JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, of course.
Oh, we got to see Joseph's signature as well this episode.
Oh, it's very nice.
Signs that giant check.
It's an almost size check to him, but he hands it to like the car dealer as it's tiny.
It looks like a charity check. Yeah.
If this got adding that kind of visual humour, I think would push me over the edge. I don't think I could sit still and watch this. Oh.
Yeah. See your signatures now. You'd be able to forge documents in his name now. If you just practice this enough.
You'd be able to take money out of the Speedwagon Foundation.
Oh.
That's for fighting vampires, damn it. Yeah. It's not for frivolous use.
Again, hoping the series just ends with the Speedwagon Company CEO just getting the expense account for this journey.
He's trying to run the books. Oh,
he bought like a 100 grand Merc just to trade with some camels. Joestar!
I've got more to say about this in a future episode. Or it may be the first episode of the next season. About the Speedwagon Foundation and the logistics of this trip they've just made.
Oh, yes.
Fighting vampires. It's not a profitable industry, no.
Send a helicopter all the way to Egypt to transport one small item.
Yeah, make the people who are actually going to Egypt take an incredibly long trip through using their wits at various points to get them there.
And they're not particularly witty, yeah. Oh, dear.
But yeah, I do like when it pulls gags about the logistics of the character designs, like with Polnareff's haircut this episode and Joe Taro's uniform in previous episodes.
I'm kind of surprised. Maybe he hadn't as much gel in it this day, because previously, Joseph threw a key into his hair and it just sort of stuck there, like he threw it into a wooden door or something.
There's actually, his hair's a lot longer bust up than when he's got it flattened down, so he must take the length of it, flatten it across the top.
How does he get it to turn at a 90-degree angle like that? That's really impressive.
I'm looking at animated GIF of him doing it, and apparently just patterning it on the side of the head does it.
For all you know, it could be like Silver Chariot's just taking the bit off the top and make it all smooth.
Ah, that could be it, yeah. Silver Chariot's real ability is in hairdressing.
Yes.
Right, anything else to add before we wrap up?
Quite the ominous next episode preview.
Yeah, scary baby flying Kakuyan in pajamas screaming. That's kind of terrifying.
Yeah, I think it tied into that because there was like a badum-tish, make like a bad joke expressed at the very end of the episode before it ended.
Yeah.
I did see that.
It was after someone made a comment on, we'll have a rest after this now, have some sweet dreams. Which may tie into.
I hope they get attacked in dreams. I would like that.
It's the next stand. Enemy stand user is basically this nightmare on the street.
Oh, brilliant.
Excellent.
Okay, that wraps up this week's episode of Let's Go JoJo. Be back here next week for Death 30. Two sounds one after another. Death 13, Part 1. In the meantime, check out our regular podcasts at secretofthesailormadness.blogspot.com and dynamitingthebrain.com. Goodbye!
Bye.
So long.
Goodbye.